Hey y'all. Okay. So I know I haven't been here for a while, so I'm wait a few minutes to see who comes on before I start. Well, anywho, I'm doing fine. And you can see that I had cut off my hair last week. Hey, into the room. Hey, Lady TH. So as you can see, I did chop it off. I went to last week, and after those braids were taken out from my coworker, and I shampooed it a few times, but after that, I said, it was getting a bit too much. So I said, you know what? Just cut it off. And as you can see, it's a little bit curly. This is my natural state of my hair is curly. And then the way that the gray comes out, it don't look, you know, I need to shampoo it again, put some leave-in conditioner, whatever. But yep, that's what it looks like. So just coming on here real quickly. Technically, I'm still working, so I may have to go back into my other room because I said I was at lunch. Hold on for a second. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so basically, and don't be looking at the background. I know it's messy. So anyway, so basically, what I've been doing was working Baker Tilly, even though I'm doing the same job that I was doing when I was working at TurboTax, well, Intuit TurboTax. So basically I'm doing the same thing I was doing, but I'm not a lead. But I work for a different company, which is works out for the best because I end up getting paid a little bit more money. But at this time, I'm only currently um, the weekend person, so I only work part time Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Now, as just found out not too long ago that I will be doing additional training. Hopefully, that leads to full service, which I think it does. Then basically, what that means is that I will be working with customers who want to get their tax return done and not necessarily um, doing simply accepting phone calls and chat. So that's a good thing. So tomorrow, when I come back to work on Monday, I'm going to be start training to do something else. And that's something I wanted to do for the first 3 years when I've been asking when I was into a TurboTax, I want to do full service, want to do full service, and then never got an opportunity to do it. So working with a different company doing the same job basically with a partner company of theirs, it works out for the best for me. So I'm not doing Walmart Spark anymore, and that's a whole new video altogether, which I'm not going to do a live about it. I'm going to do a video, and for those who do Walmart Spark, and I want them to be aware of some things that's going on because now Walmart wants to play these little games and not pay. Let me go. Hold on a second. I'll be back. Hello, Anthony. My name is Teresa with TurboTax Live, and I'll be your tax expert with over 10 years experience. And the best position is for you to share TurboTax Live screen, and I'll be able to help you to save your active military in the state of Georgia. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, all right. So you're starting on a non-resident return. Okay, let's start over because when you file a return and you're in the military, you're going to file a state return on your home of record, which is Georgia. Your home of record is North Carolina. Okay. Okay, that's incorrect. You're doing it wrong. That's why you file a return of your record of residency. You're not a non-resident of North Carolina if your record is in North Carolina, correct? Okay. Yeah, that's why you're doing it incorrect. Let's start all over. Go back to prepare state return. The return that you need to file is your record, home of record, which is North Carolina. You're not a non-resident. Non-resident, so you need to delete that. Let's start all over from this whole. Delete that. You're not a non. You are a resident of North Carolina. Okay. So stay keep that alone. Why you can't be a resident of both Georgia and North Carolina? So you filing a married filing joint return, are you not? Or you filing separate? Okay, you need to delete that. Let me give you advice on how you need to approach it. Now, when you're in the military, did you finish your state return, your federal return first, to see make sure that's correct? I'm saying, is it correct? Did you run it through all things? The federal review, you have to file what yet? No, but I'm saying if you enter the information and then get review, so you can check. Okay, let's read this. Let me tell you how you need to go about it. When you have a question about the state taxes, anything that you see, check state military filing rules, go and click on that so we can understand the rules and not just um, choose things that are incorrect and go by assumptions because you can't be a resident of both states. So that's incorrect. It's got nothing to do about your wife and you. You filed a joint return. Okay. Just go over so you can understand how to approach it. When you file married filing joint, you're filing a joint return. So you don't file, you know, the only time you're gonna do something in that scenario that you've done is if you file a separate tax return. Married filing joint, that's separate. You file a joint tax return. When when you're in the military, you're filing a return based on your home of record. The home of record is the state return of residency. A non-resident return, okay, a non-resident return is filed is if you work in that state and you actually work in that state, but you're not a resident of that state. That's when you file a non-resident return. No, it's not. You're a resident of Georgia, and you're gonna file a tax return for Georgia, regardless if you're in the military, wherever you'll go. If you're in the military, you need to understand that you travel to different states all the time. But you file your state return is your record of residency, which is Georgia. Okay, what is your record of state? What is your record of state? No, I'm asking you. You're not telling me anything. I'm asking you, what is your record of state with the military? Okay, therefore you followed a record that you live in, which is North Carolina. Now, I'm not being aggressive, I'm just asking you a question. So I apologize if you felt that way. I didn't say to change your home record, but if you let me finish what I was explaining to you, I was telling you, you first going to file your state return, which is the resident that you live in. You file a non-resident if you work in a different state, so you not get double tax. That's what I stated. Repeat that. Basically, you need to file your resident return of your record where you live, and you're gonna file a non-resident state where you work at, so you do not get double tax. But you had put down resident for two states, that's what I was telling you, that's incorrect. One of the returns is gonna be resident, which is the record, and the other one's gonna be a non-resident for the other state, so you don't get double tax. So that's what I was explaining to you. So I apologize if you felt so aggressive, but you had it incorrect. You got put in two states as a resident. A lot of people can work in multiple states, but it's only one state from is going to be listed on your military papers of your residency. so you won't get taxed twice. Was there any taxes taken out for the state? Did you work in, did any of you, not just her, because it's a joint return, so it doesn't make a difference. Was there any money paid to any state that you lived in at the time? Like when you see state withholdings, was there money taken out to pay taxes for that particular state? I'm still here, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Hold on. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Hello? All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, who's two people in here? Please say hey or hi or hello so I can know who's on here. Because eventually I'm going to start disabling the comments because number one, it's really started to be a waste of my time. And two, since there seems to be no type of there's really no type of response. I don't know. I'm not monetized, and I'm simply here when I'm on live, chatting, and really not much to say. After a while, it's getting a little bit redundant. So, and another thing is that when I'm on YouTube most of the time, not meaning that I'm on here talking with anyone or doing any videos. I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, and what seems to be occurring now is that bigger stories, or most of the things that I'm watching now, is either the Shay Shay Club with issues with Cat Williams and Monique. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody got something to say about it. And a lot of people are making videos on the matter. And therefore, most of the things that's popping up now is either going to be about Monique, Cat Williams, Shay Shay, and Club. It's like that whole Hollywood mess, particularly within Black folks, particularly within us. So everybody's making these follow up videos about it, and that's what the algorithm is drawn to. You know, Club Shay Shay, they had like millions and millions of views on just that one video with Cat Williams. And then after that, it blew up. So everybody else is jumping on the bandwagon as well. You know? So I don't see a whole lot of videos of other things. And it gets to the point where I almost have to say, well, dang, I can't, what other videos can I watch that nobody's not talking about it? I mean, this is mess. And it's getting to the point where I'm like, oh, Jesus, I might as well just go on Amazon and look at their free movies and free shows that come on Amazon and not even bother about trying to find something to watch on YouTube. Then for a while I was watching about people doing the gig work, Walmart Spark. Not a whole lot, but watching people going on videos and while they do Walmart Spark, and then Uber Eats, not Uber Eats so much, but what's the other one? DoorDash. And then I'm not even finding anything interesting about that segment either. And I've been stopped watching about the beef sector, that group of dumbasses, you know, with Tracy and I haven't even seen anything with about Phi Babe and Timothy Blaine and all the rest of those people and those characters. I don't think it's to the point I've been kind of gone away from that watching them. Not to say that I was watching them on a regular basis because it wasn't interesting, but after a while, there was nothing really to draw me to certain segments. So 2024 started off with a bang on YouTube. But when it comes to my personal channel or whatever, I just, you know, unless I get to 1,000 subscribers, unless I get monetized, it wasn't nothing drawing to me to come on to continue. I know some people say, "Oh, you be consistency of making videos and downloading videos," and I said to myself, you know what? maybe I will do more short videos, but I don't have anything particularly to talk about. So, like right now, I'm just checking in just to see how everybody's doing, seeing that I'm here, saying what I'm about to be doing, and um, I won't be doing any videos, any type of tax advice. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be talking about the gig work that I've been doing because, like I said last week, I know I'm not doing Walmart Spark anymore because after that, I was like, you know, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna tape a video about it, and I'm gonna download it. But I'm not going to do a live stream about it. So the ones who watch the video that I'm gonna tape and download about Walmart Spark and that whole thing, because it's gonna turn into a legal issue regarding me in Walmart Spark. It's going to be a legal issue at this point. I'm going to escalate to a legal issue because it has nothing to do, this has purely to do with a legal issue that I feel that I need to pursue. Because when it comes to doing these gig work, especially Walmart Spark, and not getting paid, and they underhandedly doing things that's illegal, in my opinion, and then they try to, you know, felt that when you sign off those terms and conditions, and I have numerous videos, numerous screenshots in email in regards to some discrepancies, you know, especially when I have conversation and it was specifically broken down that I had to spend over an hour with on the phone when I was in South Carolina when I did Walmart Spark. Now I didn't do a whole lot of orders in Walmart. I didn't do a whole lot of deliveries when I was in South Carolina. I did it when I was there and waited for 3 hours for or it was a hot mess when it came to that Black Friday deal. It was a hot mess. And then turned around, it's supposed to get paid for your wait time and 25 cents a minute, and people were out there waiting for hours for customers. It was a mess. And then when I got back to Georgia, I heard that the same thing was going on. The same thing that was going on. So it's not about, oh, you're in the market, depending on your market. No. This was the last straw when it came to them. But then when you try to set me up last week by when I had a simple return, a returning of an air mattress, and then you're telling me you don't accept it. I said, this is not my order. This is a customer's order that y'all need to scan and take back. And then you give me a hard time about that, talking about you're not supposed to know. You're not trying to set me up to take a customer order to go back to the store. And clearly the address is the store that I'm supposed to go to. And because you didn't know how to do your procedure, you're going to try to um, um, set me up and then talking about unprofessional. And that's when you deactivate me. So you could say that someone stole some cheap ass $60 mattress. No, no, we're not playing that game for real. We're not gonna play that game. So I knew when after that incident happened last week, I already knew because I called them the support, tier 2 support on the phone, and they act like they didn't care. And they said, "Oh, we'll send you the message of our conversation." It didn't send me the information. Then you're gonna deactivate me? Okay, great. That is fine with me because I wasn't hustling like that. Let me tell you, I was not hustling like that with Walmart Spark. Yeah, I made some good money here and there, but let me tell you, after that, non-existent. It ain't just Georgia too. It's a whole lot of places across the country. A lot of people who do Walmart Spark, you don't see them do that as much. They try to do it, but suddenly no money's being made. I watched one person's video. They live in San Diego. In San Diego, and I know for a fact, um, they're not being slow like that. But don't worry, I have something for Walmart's ass. I'm so glad that I kept screenshots, records, video, emails. Mm-mm. I finally found out where the corporate office is, so-called corporate office. I'm gonna make a complaint. I would never, you ain't never gotta worry about me ever, never in life, buy nothing from Walmart, nothing. And it includes Sam's Club too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna return something back to Sam's Club. I'm gonna wear that jacket, wash it. It's already in the washer, and take it back. I said I don't even want it, and they gonna give me my $50 back for my membership too. I said, nope. When does my membership expire? Oh, it's in September. Okay, I got plenty of time. I'll come up there because they do have a guarantee. You cancel your membership, and if you pay for Sam's Club, they'll give you your money back. And they're giving me all my money back. I don't even shop at Sam's Club like that. I don't even, you know, I don't even shop. I don't even think there's no value. The only time you see me, if I go to Sam's Club, shoot, I'm getting $1.37 hot dog and a drink, but that's not even every day either. Because even then, you know, if I order something from that, I need me a hot, fresh one, and because they made me sick a couple of weeks ago. I ate it hot. I was like, why my stomach hurting like this? I think I tried to eat a pizza, and I think it didn't do well. I was like, I didn't even know why I did that. No, that was a few months ago. Anywho, it don't make no difference. The machines are always broken. Every time you go there to get a drink, none of the sodas machine part work. None of the water section work. Even if you try to get a 25-cent water at the fountain at the vending machine next to the food thing, never work. I don't know. No. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. But anyway, one thing I can tell y'all for sure, I did get back on with Grubhub. Can you believe that? Um, so I'm active with Grubhub again. I just need to make sure I scan my driver's license to update the thing by a couple of days. So I'm gonna do that probably today. So I'm with Grubhub, but I haven't yet done anything with Grubhub. I just got the card in the mail yesterday or a couple of days ago, and I don't remember if the scheduling you had to choose blocks of time with Grubhub. I think you had to choose blocks of time and you have to be in the zone. So um, I'm gonna look and see what they got, but they only have like an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours or something like that. So I said, let me go ahead and see what's going on with Grubhub. But I'm not going to be focusing on these little gig work. I think it's time for me to um, resume my other gigs that I was doing before, like the merchandiser. Just go to the store, check products and stuff. So I had dropped off from doing that for months. So I'm gonna because I haven't done it for so long, my rating is low. They won't. I can't just accept an offer and be approved automatically like I was. So I have to try to bring back my score and do a couple of those merchandising gigs. But they're not even paying much of nothing. Just like $6 for something. But sometimes it's not even worth doing it. So none of these gigs, regardless of what you're doing, is worth it anymore. So I said to myself, well, dang, what can I do? Because I know I spoke with somebody, and I ain't gonna tell you who, but somebody on here suggested some things to do for business. But I don't think I want to do trucking. I don't want to do no type of trucking because I'm not trying to put no amount of money in investments doing that. I don't want to do nothing straining and strenuous, you know, picking up big packages and big boxes of stuff and all that things like that. No. So what brought me on live today was that I was watching a person. Her name is Stephanie Perry, and they were speaking about the black women taking sabbaticals and moving overseas And I was looking at a video that she had today of 5 different women between 50, 60 years old, how they are jumping on a leap of faith to travel, move overseas, and do things what they want to do. And I said to myself, it's been on my mind for so long. Well, I put it this way, at least over a year. I'm not going to say so long, but I've been watching all these different types of videos of people. I don't want to do the van life. I said to myself, I tried to sit in my SUV because I was going to the doctor in regards to my Amazon Flex. Hold on, y'all. I need to change my status on something. Hold on. And please give the thumbs up as you enter the room. There's 4 of y'all in here. I only see 1 thumbs. Please go ahead and account for the 3 other thumbs ups. Would be much appreciated. So when I come back, I need to check my other office. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So anyway, for these last couple of weeks or so, I've been pretty much taking relaxing per se, you could say, meaning that if I didn't have work, so I'm only working Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and I still choose my own hours. Even then, I've been a little bit slack in my duties with Tilly Baker Tilly with TurboTax, but I'm pretty much still working those 3 days. I choose my own hours. Sometimes I'm a little late, but I still make my own schedule. It's still flexible, so that's a good thing. Like right now, I don't get off until 7 Eastern Standard Time, but I'm an offline available, so I only get paid when I'm in available status. So I know I'm not getting my full. And I was late this morning. Well, not this morning, this afternoon. I was supposed to work at 1, but then I woke up at 2, a little bit after 2. So I was like, oops, dang it, late. But I'll make it up somehow. But it doesn't really make too much of a difference because it's been slow. And it's hard to sit there waiting for a phone call or a chat to come through. And then these last couple of people I've been talking to, they act like they don't understand nothing when I'm talking to them and asking them a question. You gotta get all aggressive. I'm like, I'm asking you a question. I'm like, I said, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm just asking you a question. You know, but people want to keep instilling in what they want. Like what you're gonna say is gonna change the narrative, and you're confused. It's a shoe. It's not shoe. It ain't my return. I gotta do it. But if I'm trying to tell you something, why why do you want to go back and forth with me like I don't know what I'm talking about? And it's not even know what I'm talking about. It's the fact that I'm asking a question and it just don't make no damn sense. Like for instance, I don't know what it is with people who are in the military, and you ask them, and I said, what is your record, your home state? Meaning on your papers, you have a home state. So even though you may be living in even though you may go to different cities, different places in the country, your tax return is filed on your record, on the record of state. So if you are in California and your record of state is in Georgia, and you're married and you have a spouse, you don't have two records of states. You only got one. So I said, okay, so what does your paperwork show you record of state? North Carolina. Okay, so you're going to file a North Carolina return. Even though you're in Georgia, you're going to file your state return, which is North Carolina. And then you try to ask people further questions. Did you and your wife work in Georgia and paid any state taxes for Georgia? So I said, okay, so you're going to file a non-resident return for Georgia because you worked in Georgia, and you just because you live in Georgia, you don't get double tax. That's the purpose. So I said, your record of state is where your military records, even if you filing a joint return. You only live in one state as a resident, but then the other states you file as a non-resident. Even if you worked in whatever states, people go work in 10, 50 billion states, but if you pay state income tax in those states, you're gonna file a non-resident because you're not a resident of the state, and you're just gonna either one, not have to get double taxed. That's all that is. People making stuff more difficult and more harder, and then they want to argue about it. That's the thing that kills me. I'm asking questions so I could get an understanding of what your situation's about. You know, So I said, okay. So all you got to do is, and I spray it as simple as possible. Simple as possible. And then when I said, okay, let's go over this together and go over each section, I said, no wonder why. And then some people don't even answer the questions or they just skip all over the place. I said, you didn't answer these other questions. All you do when you do your tax return, whether you do TurboTax or any other software, it's about clicking boxes and answering yes or no questions and typing in forms as exactly as you see it. That's all it is. It's not complicated when you have things like that. Now, some people may have things like rental income investments, things like that. That's about keeping track of your records and information, having it all together so that way when it's time to get it done, whether you choose a company to do it or CPA or whomever, it's all about tax planning and organization. You know, that's all it is. So when people have these businesses, doing all these gig work and you got 1099s, it's about keeping track of your miles, keeping track of your expenses, keeping track of, you know, receipts of things that you may buy. I use Stride, Stride, and when I was tracking all my miles with all the jobs I was doing, and I have my bank account linked to it. So when I do my tax return, all I got to do, and it's free too. It's not. It don't even cost me anything. All I got to do is it will download all the things and information, break it down, and that's it. Sometimes most of the time, people make their situation so difficult that it needs to be. I'm not saying, oh, it's easy, because that's why people call because they don't understand. That's fine and dandy. But sometimes people need to listen and let people explain and ask questions, you know, because it gets a little bit frustrating at times. And it's not just doing taxes, it's anything in life. It's that when people say they need help, yeah, okay, yeah, that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do is to help and guide you and stuff. But sometimes people need to, some people can be a little bit um, smart aleck and talk down, and then when that, and then when they clapped back, get a clap back, they want to say like you get an attitude, you got aggressive. Just like this Fannie Willis case in Georgia. I don't know how so many of y'all on YouTube are people who make comments, a black man, black woman. How dare you come up in here and talk? She's unprofessional. How she's cocky. They criticize her. Criticize. Talking about, I could even watch the videos where people are talking about, say, no, I refuse to listen to that mess. Because number one, when I did see how she came up there, she came down there like a boss with that pink dress on and that tight pink dress. She knew she knew she probably had it going on. Shoot. She set that record straight. She set those people straight. You know? Because that case is nothing but a bunch of foolishness. They, with Donald Trump, you got all the things. Oh, they need to disqualify her because her and the other person was having an affair, and just, and nobody had no inappropriate money was done. Nobody took no money from nothing. That's just a waste of time. But yet, oh Lord, don't let Donald Trump and his lawyers and everybody else, the way they've been speaking to the judges, and carrying on, and he says, I have a perfect business. They trying to railroad me. See, now what Donald Trump said, ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody open their mouth. They not saying a damn thing. You know? Ain't nobody questioning him. But oh, she's supposed to be a lawyer. She act like that. First of all, what lawyer have you ever known to be passive and nope. And she told him right. She told him right. You are not going to sit up here and lie to me and lie on me. And she said, were you called to be on the witness? No. She said that her office, obviously the office is down the hall, and so she said, if she's going to defend herself, she's going to go walk in that courtroom and defend herself. And if it came off any type of way, oh well. She's not being aggressive and unprofessional and everything else. Because you ain't not gonna steer the narrative to make her look like she did something and make up lies. I couldn't even hardly I said shoo. When I started watch that thing on the news, I couldn't even watch the whole thing all day. It was on there all day. I was like, this is ridiculous. The much as they try to twist it around, twist this around and twist, the more and more they were trying to do it and think they ain't gonna stumble her. They're not. Now I'm gonna do a video about that. I'm gonna do a video about that and give my viewpoints about the Fannie Willis case and everything else. But it's ridiculous. But I'm more disappointed on how so many people, black people, whether it be a man or a woman, how they came up there to attack her. To attack her. But anybody else turn around and do it, nobody say nothing. My business is perfect. And then, now Donald Trump being fined millions and millions of dollars left and right. Overinflate. Come on now. How is that being? How are you figuring that's you're being deceived? It's all on black and white. It's all in your financial statements. You think as a person who I understand forensic accounting, do you think that they looked at those books? This is not opinion. This is not somebody made up. This is what you put on your books, on your tax return. You see how they never talk about that damn tax return yet? They never discuss the tax return. All those years and years, all the inflating of money. They've been talked about Donald Trump and doing stuff like that. His own daddy, Pappy, was doing that in the 70s when his father was in business in New York in real estate. He was doing that crap for decades. They're about talking about I'm being black or a railroad or whatever the hell Trump trying to say. And people who are like a fool following behind that mess. He's not interested in being the president of the United States and being a president. He wants to go back so he could get his revenge. He want to get his payback. This whole thing has to do back of his ego. That's all he wants. That's all he wants. You think these white folks and these people, they stole the election from Trump. You think he gives a fuck about y'all? Man, please. Let him be. Let Trump get into office and be reelected and see what's gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna be done. Not a damn thing. Not nothing. He ain't gonna cut no taxes. He ain't gonna do nothing to help the United States. It's his people. It's gonna be vengeance. That's what's gonna happen with that situation. It's gonna be more hurtful for a whole lot of people. And let me tell you, they're gonna, when it comes to the immigrants and people coming to this country, they're gonna be a mess. International affairs he has with other countries, and that gonna be totally messed up screws. National security, He's not gonna do nothing for no one. His whole agenda is gonna be about payback. That's all it's going to be. And it's going to start with the IRS. He's going to suddenly start chopping. People will be fired, let go, disband. Bye-bye. They're going to be bye. Now, I'm not trying to say Biden's going to do anything better, because that ain't gonna happen either. Biden's not gonna do much. It's not gonna do much better. But I could tell you for sure that if by some chance, let's say Biden is president, he's not gonna do. They're not gonna let him do a whole lot. He's gonna be a sitting duck president for the 4 years. For the next 4 years, Donald Trump will be a sitting duck president as well. He ain't gonna be able to do a whole lot as he think he's gonna be able to do. He think he's gonna be able to make changes and do this and do that or whatever. Nope. Nope. Because what's going to happen? He can't run for president 3 times. That's for sure. So I don't know. Is it better just to, you know what? Go ahead. Here you go, Donald Trump. Here's your 4 years of presidency. See what you're going to do. He ain't going to do nothing but be revengeful and be vengeance. Hopefully he'll croak in between that 4-year time frame, because him and Biden ain't that far in age. I don't know why people think that, oh my God, he's too old. He's, 88. What is he, 80? Donald Trump ain't that much. He's 70. He's in his 70s, mid 70s, late 70s at that. He ain't that far off in age either. That's for sure. So I don't know. I don't know. Just like Killer Mike said, he said, he's not concerned about white folk business. That's how I feel. All this stuff, the presidency and stuff, that's white folks' business. All that stuff about, what's going on, that's white folk business. They ain't us. They have no bearing on us. And if people think that because Trump gave that little bit of chump change for that stimulus to last before he left office and negotiated that little $1,200 for the stimulus, and white folks talk about, oh, he need more money. I'm not walking around begging like a fucking slave, like I'm a sharecropper and begging from the government to think they're going to, that's going to help support me. No. Not going to happen. Now, I know I came back on here with a vengeance with my rant, but I've been on here an hour. Okay, time to go. But you know what? I'm gonna make some videos. I'm gonna make some quite a few videos of certain things that I'm gonna talk about versus live streaming, because live streaming could be a little bit draining. So, anywho, let me go back to my other desk in my other office, get myself in available. See if I can drag this last hour, well, less than an hour out. And then, I don't know if I'll come back on later tonight. No, I'm not. Anywho, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel so I could finally get to 1,000 subscribers, maybe. And then I will do some more videos, download more videos, let y'all know what's going on. And hopefully I could plan something this year that I could go and meet, because I do have my vacation voucher to use for the cruise, which I have not done. And I already paid an airline to go to Puerto Rico in June. It's supposed to be a group trip with my cousins and I, but most of them are not coming. I decided I don't want to go, but it was some Airbnb they wanted to do. So it's like, I think it was like 10 of them want to do it. It's a mess. All I know is a mess. First they said, no kids coming, no kids. And then after that, most of the cousins of mine are not even going. including myself. I changed my mind because I didn't, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing. Somebody may come across this video, Teresa said, and then, get a fucking attitude like I give a fuck. Half these cousins I got, most of the cousins I have, I don't even talk with them on a regular basis like that. And most of us are so different in age, I can't relate to them too much. And I'm not cliquish. And but I do have a round trip ticket to Puerto Rico, and that's June 24th, June 24th, something, yeah, June 24th. So I'm going to have to find me a hotel or someplace, because there was one that I found when I made those plane reservations a few months ago, a few months ago, and it was an excellent hotel price and stay, but there were some choices on the hotel. I don't know. I just don't like all these mixing around, changing it, and changing around and this and that or whatever. One moment you say there's no kids going to be invited on the trip because ain't nobody will be responsible for taking care of nobody else's children. And then next thing you know, most people didn't want to go on the trip. And then I look on the list, some people are bringing their kids along. So I guess somebody wanted to savor the trip and say, okay, well, I'll bring my kids and that's it. But I'm not doing it. I wasn't doing it because I don't, for one thing, I don't like doing Airbnbs, or I don't want to go to an Airbnb on a vacation and then charge some ridiculous price for a cleaning fee. I was like, unless you broke something or something like that, I could understand that. But I don't believe that once you pay cleaning fees for Airbnb, when I felt that that was already been built in the price of what you're charging for. And to me, it wasn't just about the cleaning fees. I just felt that I don't know. I'm not going to go. If I go, I'm going to be on a different part of the island, and I'm going for my own vacation and peace of mind. And that's it, But anywho, maybe I should plan a trip with me and some other y'all on here if y'all want to go. But I don't know. Y'all don't even participate in the chat so much. So I know that might be a far-fetched plan to do. So I'm not going to put myself out there, because I know a lot of people on YouTube, they do meet and greets. Some people have bigger channels and bigger followings, and they plan meet and greets. And then most of the time, most people don't even show up. It was like this one person, her name is Tiffany. She's in a van. She did a meet and greet for Disney, and only 2 people showed up or something like that. It was like a whole list of people that said they was coming, and then she was very disappointed, crying and upset about it. And I said to myself, I would be upset too. So I said, if I was to plan a trip and put it out there, if anybody want to go, maybe. But I wouldn't. Would I do a meet and greet? I already went to somebody's meet and greet when they did theirs. That's how I ended up meeting a few people that y'all know of. That remember Toya, Uber Lady Charlotte, DeJour, and Terry Tips. And we all went out, and that was a good one. But I would love to do a meet and greet. But if I do a meet and greet and it comes to the vacation type of thing, and that means you have to pay your own way to go there, I could see that happening. But some people I may talk on the phone directly and meet them like that, but rather than posting it out on YouTube and seeing when it would go. So I don't know. Anyway, well, let me go. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for the 2 thumbs ups. Appreciate it.